Ladies and gentlemen, last night UFC Vegas 109, Dolidze versus Hernandez wrapped up, and I'm going to talk about every single fight on the card. I'm going to give my reaction to each of them. We're going to try and make it as entertaining as possible. It was a pretty fun card overall, so I don't have to make it that entertaining. We can kind of just go over fight by fight. So let's start with something not fight related, by the way. Nina Drama goon baiting to open up the card. If I wanted to see a remake of the Great Jeans ad, I would want Sydney Sweeney in there again. Do not give me a 40-year-old woman. Do not give me a 40-year-old married, dating a guy for 15 years woman. I do not want to see this. No one wanted to see this ad. Not a single person wanted Nina Drama. Sydney Sweeney's been to a UFC event. Throw her back in there, bro. We don't need Nina Drama in the UFC anymore. It's just shameful, man. 40 years old, married, with the same guy for 15 years, and you're just walking around goon baiting all these, innocent men. And listen, bro, Nina Drama, fella, she's one of the baddest in the game. Did she just give us unlimited goon material for the rest of the year right here? Shout out academics. But no, bro, like this shit just pisses me off, dog. I don't know what the UFC is doing with this. I don't know why they're pushing this woman on us so hard. Like, no one wants to see Nina Drama in the sport. She's just an annoying presence that no one cares about. And it's just a fighter that, or a person that fighters get horny over for interviews. So, either way, not a hot start to the card. Now, the main event was a hot start to the card. Let me tell you this, man. I have never been so happy that someone has lost in my life than Roman Dolidze losing. He seems like a cool guy. I like the embedded stuff where he's in the mountains and kind of doing his nature shit, whatever. But bro, he is so bad at fighting. So Roman Dolidze having a chance to move into a legitimate contender spot in a division would have been shameful for the UFC. Luckily, we have an evil Marab here. I am going to make a comment here and tell me whether you agree or disagree. I think Anthony Hernandez is legitimately the closest thing we've had to Khabib since Khabib retired. Sit with that for a second. Because Anthony Hernandez finishes people. He drags you into deep water, he weaponizes cardio, and he beats you down until he finishes you. Marab doesn't finish people. He submitted Sean O'Malley with a weak ass front, like north-south choke type of thing. No one gives a shit. He couldn't do that to anyone else. Whatever. Colby Covington didn't finish people, and he would weaponize cardio. Nate Diaz didn't finish people, he weaponized cardio. Even Tony Ferguson had a tough time finishing people with his weaponized cardio. But Hernandez does it. I think he's the closest thing. He does very basic takedowns. No one can stop him right now. He's been dominant. Brendan Allen gave him a good fight, but that was because it was kind of a weird style where Allen is really only a good grappler, so both of them being ass on the feet didn't matter as much. But either way, great win for Hernandez. Super happy for him. I'd like to see him versus Izzy or him versus Strickland, dude. I think that's a great matchup. He does kind of look like a Starbucks barista a little bit. I said this in the last video, but great win for Hernandez. Dolidze, throw him the winner of fucking, I don't know, just give him Shara Bullet or some shit. I don't fucking know. Whatever, who cares about Dolidze? Next up, co-main event. Steve Erceg, ladies and gentlemen, is back. Now I will say this guy's chin is deplorable. I don't know what the future holds for Steve Erceg because his chin is terrible. He cannot eat a clean shot. I think it's partially because the KO is still kind of weighing on him, but we almost made like Michael Scott and jumped off the roof when this dude got fucking dropped and wobbled bad multiple times. I thought he was done, actually. When O'Day was hitting him while he was grabbing on the single leg, I don't know why fighters do this. It opens you up to get KO'd so often. I thought he was going to like just fall down and quit, but he hung in there tough. He grappled his way back into the fight. Super happy for him. I thought he clearly won rounds 2 and 3. I may have had some bets on him, so I might have maybe been leaning a little bit more towards him. But I thought he won rounds 2 and 3. 3 was very clear, and you guys need to understand the way judges kind of go about fights is if you win the third round dominantly, they tend to kind of fucking change up the scores. If you don't remember, Alexander Hernandez clearly lost the first 2 rounds versus Kurt Hollabaugh in his last fight. He dominated the third round, and then magically he was given the first 2 rounds as well. Very weird scenario. They do it all the time. He won the fight. O'Day looked good for the first round and then did not throw anything of consequence for the next 2 rounds. Not sure what he was doing. Good win for Steve Erceg. I think people need to understand that Steve does not have this unholy power in his hands. Like, he knocked out Matt Schnell. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't wobble to anyone else. He doesn't really hurt you when he lands. It's just the grappling is where Steve is going to have an advantage over some people. He's a much better wrestler than he gets credit for. So good one for Steve. In terms of a next fight, maybe do like him versus Alex Perez or something. That'd be a good matchup. Next up, Yasmin Lucindo versus Angela Hill. We are sending 40-year-old OnlyFans girls back to where they belong. Same for Nina Drama. Angela Hill's going back as well. You can't be 40 with an OnlyFans, man. There's an age cutoff here. Unless you're like a bad, like 55-year-old, then we can have a conversation. But no, man. Lucindo dominated. I thought she won pretty clearly every single round. Um, or I believe every single round. I'd have to watch back the fight. I thought the first might have been close. Um, but yeah, man. Angela Hill looks like Michael Morales without the frosted tips and the color in the hair. She does nothing of consequence in fights. She just kind of throws decent punches. She can clinch well. She's kind of got like a Neil Magny thing going about her where she'll win versus a girl that has no clue what she's doing. But if it's a competent, not idiot fighter, then Angela Hill's not as good. So Yasmin Lucindo won. I didn't pay crazy attention to the fight. She dominated the grappling in the later rounds. I'm kind of excited for her, though. I hope that she can kind of figure out how to piece her striking together so she can get some finishes. But good win for her. Kind of a typical women's MMA fight. Next up, Andre Feely. Listen, man. Andre Feely loves two things in this world: being incredibly inconsistent and big booty Latinas. This is what Andre Feely loves. He said it before. When this guy locks in, he's actually really fucking good. Like the rounds where he stays at range and he's countering, he's landing big shots. He has underrated power in his hands and in his kicks. I mean, dude, he had some serious moments where he was making C-Rod look like he didn't belong there. And C-Rod has beat Raul Rosas. He beat Austin Bashi, who's pretty legit. Isaac Dolgarian, he beat. Gave Melky Costa a very competitive fight. C-Rod's a pretty legit guy, man. So to go in there and do what he did, thought it was ridiculous that it was a split decision. I thought Feely clearly won 2-1, and you could even argue he won the third. But yeah, man, I was really happy for Feely. I've been kind of weird on this streak where I pick like Neil Magny, the one card, and then you give me Feely now. I'm going to keep getting one random big underdog, right? I have no clue why he was such a big underdog. It sounds like Rodriguez is this big power puncher. I think that's what you need to beat Feely. He's a big power puncher because he's super chinny. His defense is terrible. He does a Volk thing where he slides back with his chin wide open. He's going to get caught versus a bigger power puncher, but C-Rod didn't have the power to put him away. Is what it is. Great win for Andre Feely. In terms of what's next for him, I would say maybe you do like a. I don't know, man. I mean, he's 35. Maybe throw him in the rankings again. Maybe give him like a Giga Chikadze type of matchup. I don't know, man. You could do a little bit. Give him Giga. Give him Calvin Cater if he still wants to fight. Um, I don't know. Dan Ige, or no, he already got KO by Dan Ige. I don't know. Someone right on that edge of the rankings probably would be good for Andre Feely at this point. Next up, Gene Matsumoto. This wasn't that good of a fight. It was back and forth. I'll give him that. And there was an argument from Alice Johns. I didn't see it. Johns was on Twitter talking about how the judges robbed him. Dog, stop. DC was gambling as always. DC in basically every single fight, whenever the guy he bet on is losing, he's like, but guys, people aren't seeing it the way we're seeing this fight right now. Like it's pretty close. Um, I don't know, man. I think Gene Matsumoto won. He has serious holes in his grappling, by the way, which is interesting for a guy who's a great offensive grappler. He's a guillotine when you shoot, but if you can work your way around the guillotine, just kind of shoot on the opposite side. Gene Matsumoto has nothing for you on takedown defense because Johns was able to get him down pretty easily a couple of times there. So it'll be interesting to see him in the future. I think Cody Garbrandt versus Gene Matsumoto is a great fight. I think that'll really give Cody a good test for where he's at. Matsumoto's another pressure guy. So Cody needs to learn how to deal with pressure fighters if he's 34 years old and doesn't know how to do it, is what it is. But either way, man, good win for Gene Matsumoto. I don't really have much to say about this fight. Moving on. CLD. This guy genuinely slimed out Eric Anders. Like, Eric Anders came in there. Kid got dropped by Chris Weidman. We knew what was going to happen. Everyone bet on KO in the first round from CLD. Eric Anders immediately got rocked pretty much. This guy is not, well, no, he got fouled like 3 times. That's what happened immediately. and somehow a point wasn't taken away from CLD. But it was one of those things where CLD was way faster. Even in the grappling, he held his own. Anders got him down for a moment, but as soon as they got back to the feet, CLD looked like he was going to do some weird shit where, like, he was going to grapple with him, but then he did like a spinning elbow, hurt Anders. I think he did a flying knee. I might be wrong about that. Then some ground and pound, slimed him out. Easy first round win. I think Eric Anders does not belong in the UFC. He's not UFC level guy. Just kind of a tough older guy that exists in the sport. I will say this, man. I don't know why no one's talking about this. Christian Leroy Duncan and Chris Eubank Jr. are literally the same person. They look the exact same. I don't know how no one has seen these guys in the room together. It's worth thinking about, but it is what it is. Great win for CLD. In terms of what's next for him at 185, you could do him versus Dolidze if the timing makes sense, or him versus Vittori would be interesting. I think throw this guy a legit spot in the rankings, man. I think that would be worth it for him now that he's kind of finding his footing a little bit. So good win for CLD. Next up, listen, man. Julius Walker won a fight that happened versus Rafael Sarkaria. Now, I am not going to tell you what the fight looked like, but it was an interesting one. Julius Walker won with the grappling. Couldn't finish a guy that is one of the chinniest fighters in the UFC and doesn't know what to do when punches hit him. I had a bet that I placed down, very degen bet. It was like plus 4,000 for Sarkaria to win by KO in round 3. Because Julius Walker, when he cannot take you down, literally has no clue what he's doing on the feet. Like he's never taken a boxing class. I said this in the breakdown. I knew that if it was on the feet at length, that Walker would eventually gas and not know what he was doing. Now, I did not expect Sarkaria to also gas, but then again, we've never seen him past the first minute because he gets KO'd every time. But in the third round, bro, it was to win like $9,000. It was some crazy ass parlay. It was Christian Leroy Duncan KO round 1, and then Sarkaria KO round 3. It was some pretty crazy shit. But when he chicken legged Julius Walker on the feet, I jumped up and down. I almost broke the floor beneath me. I was jumping so high up and down. And then this guy fucking jumps a guillotine. In 2025, you have an opponent hurt and you jump onto a guillotine. I've never seen such lack of fight IQ from anyone in my life, other than maybe Leon Edwards, who shot on Sean Brady after hurting him in a fight, is what it is. Dumb fight, stupid fight. Julius Walker sucks. This guy was in the post-fight interview. He was like, man, like, I've got a strength advantage over everyone. Like, he was tough, but I knew I'd get him. Brother, you went to a decision with a guy that gets finished every single fight. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Good win for Julius Walker. I think he needs more time. I don't think he's UFC level yet. He can get there. He's got nasty grappling. But yeah, man. Good win for Julius. I'm going to get angry if I keep talking about it. Next up, man. Elijah Smith. Listen, Rampage. You can go. You can go, Rampage. We have Elijah Smith now. It's all good. Listen, Rampage Jackson is genuinely on Kick.tv now. We're not worried about him, or Kick.com. I don't give a fuck. We don't need him anymore, bro. Elijah Smith is just slamming Asian dudes. That is a crazy way to word that. He even is hitting emotes, man. He hit the flight emote in the last fight. He hit the Kevin Gates little fucking, or maybe it was Rick Ross, running man shit, in the octagon. Like, just a classy individual doing it the right way. I thought Kazama died. Like, not even joking. I thought he killed Kazama in the cage because he slammed him on the back of his head. Kazama didn't move for like 4 minutes, and then eventually he woke up, and apparently he was all good. Goes to show how crazy this fucking sport is, but yeah, man, he dominated. He even hurt Kazama early, kind of got in a weird grappling exchange where he was able to kind of hurt him with ground and pound. I don't know how Kazama was tanking some of those shots, but he actually ended up getting caught in the same triangle that Grigoru got caught in from Kazama, but he just slammed him so hard that he got out of it, and Kazama was unconscious and then ate 2 punches. It was a great win for Elijah Smith. I'm excited to see what's next. I think it was him that landed the flying knee, but either way, good win for Elijah. I actually don't know what to do with him next. What's he at? Bantamweight? Bantamweight for Elijah Smith. Him versus fucking, who's the guy on the outside? Give him like Ricky Simone or Adrian Yanez. Whoever you don't give to Malcolm Wellmaker, give them to Elijah Smith. That's kind of where I'm at. Next fight. Jocelyn Edwards, aka YNW Melly, she's got mixed personalities a little bit also, although she fucking looks like this guy, I'll tell you what. Um, Listen, man, I have a breaking news moment here on the Money Manziel MMA channel. I'm saying this specifically to Priscilla Cachoeira. If you leave your chin wide open in the air for anybody to hit on Earth, you will be knocked out. I know this is groundbreaking stuff. I know she's never heard this before. If you do not defend punches, you're going to get KO'd. Jocelyn Edwards is not some crazy power puncher, but no shit, she's not gonna fucking knock you out if you leave your chin wide open for fucking 3 straight minutes. Eventually, she gets caught with a nasty shot, gets put out on the feet, and then put out again on the ground. We knew it was going to happen. Cachoeira is kind of a fun style, but no defense. Kill or be killed, and she was killed today. So, great win for Jocelyn Edwards. Excited for what's next. She's actually doing a pretty good job in the division recently. So, if she can get that weight figured out, I think she's going to be a serious problem. So, good win. Next up, Uros Medic versus Gilbert Urbina. Listen, man. Uros Medic got knocked down in the first 7 seconds of the fight by Gilbert Urbina. Zero striking defense. I thought about this earlier. Um, I think as Uros Medic was laying on the ground, he realized that Gilbert Urbina was his opponent, and then he was like, wait, why the fuck am I on the ground? And then he got up and then immediately flatlined him. That is how you should fight these trash fighters that have their moments. Steve Usyk should have realized this when he got knocked down by O'Day. He should have been like, what the fuck? O'Day Osborne knocked me down? Okay, I can just grapple him and submit him. And that's pretty much what he did. I think he just kind of realized who was in front of him. Euros did the same thing, colded him. I think he looked a little too Mexican for Euros' liking. Because Euros does look racist, dog. Like, he looks like he's ready to just spout a slur at you. Like, kind of that kind of guy, you know. Shout out to Euros Medic. He's got pretty nasty power and striking. Put him out in one punch and then just fucking walk off, flatlined him with one shot on the ground, too. Nasty shot, nasty left hand that landed clean on the button. Urbina's 7-5. I think we got to cut him from the UFC. Hate it for that guy, but it's the day and age. We got to do what we got to do in the sport. So you're gone, kid. Next up, second to last fight on the card. I'm not even going to talk about this. A fight between Gabriela Fernandez and Julia Stoliarenko happened. Fernandez was deemed the winner of that fight. Stoliarenko threw rear leg kicks at range and did nothing. Good win for Fernandez. Next up, first fight of the card. Guys, this was quite possibly the dumbest fight I've ever watched in my life. As a guy who made 20 parlays for this card, and in 16 of them, I had something related to Cody Brundage. Now, a couple of them survived because I like the over 1.5. I like Cody by decision and shit like that. Or the fight then in decision. But bro, what the fuck was this fight? Cody Brundage goes out there, almost gets flatlined immediately, by the way. Just hilarious stuff. McConaughey could not do anything to Nur Sultan Ruzaboev for a round and a half. And then he goes out there and immediately lands a flush left hand on Brundage that drops him and hurts him bad. Then Brundage, in my opinion, stole the round back because it was just a moment. But either way, maybe you give the first round to McConaughey. But I thought Brundage got it. And then Brundage kind of just did like Yoel Romero blitzes in the second round until he gassed himself out. He won the second round, but he literally just fucking would throw wild overhand rights until he was tired, and then he would just sit back for another minute or two. Literally the Yoel Romero masterclass game plan. Then in the third round, Cody Brundage does not throw a punch for the first 4 minutes. The final minute, he lands way more than McConaughey did at any point in the fight, and hurt him even in the final moments of the fight with a big overhand right. In my opinion, stealing that round. I don't think it is insane that who was it, Chris Lee gave Brundage 3-0. I could see it. What I cannot see is how McConaughey was given the second round on 2 of the scorecards. That was the only round he didn't win, clearly. Like, it was the only round that was clear to anyone, and it was Brundage. The third round, McConaughey was leading the dance, but then threw it away at the end. In the first round, he started good, but he ended bad for the final 3 minutes. I don't understand how McConaughey got the decision. I don't think it was a robbery, but it was just a shit fight, man. So, I don't know, man. McConaughey doesn't bring anything. He doesn't move me. He has no clue what he's doing. Jared Cannonier's giving him great advice, screaming in the corner, probably using his, like, aura crystals. And, you know, it's just not working. McConaughey has no clue what he's doing. It was just a very confusing fight. I think Brundage knocks him out if it's at 85, but short notice is what it is. It serves me right for betting on fucking Cody Brundage to win a fight. Just, it's 2025. I got to be better, but cut McConico. I think give Cody another fucking can on the prelims and see what happens, kind of thing. But that will do it for the fight card today, or yesterday, rather. Thank you all for listening to the video. I appreciate every single one of you. If you're new, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're old, like, comment, and subscribe. My TikTok is at MoneyManziel MMA. I will see you guys tomorrow for probably an early look at 319, or maybe I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'll see you boys then. Peace out.